First, I'd like to thank my colleague, Mr. Boyle, for introducing this important bill, which focuses on researching lung cancer in women and underserved populations. Unfortunately, in the context of what's happening at NIH, I'm worried the kinds of research discussed in this bill might not even be possible. The administration has been attacking NIH on all fronts. First, they attempted to illegally cut indirect costs to researchers, which would have resulted in a $4 billion cut across the agency. They announced the massive layoffs across HHS with around 1,200 jobs cut at NIH. They've canceled hundreds of millions of dollars in active research grants because they allegedly did not serve the priorities of this administration. This includes anything the administration deemed DEI-related, taboo words being flagged, including women and underserved populations. And now the leaked HH budget revealed that the administration is planning drastic cuts to NIH overall budget and disruptive reorganization of institutes. The document proposes a 40% cut to NIH, reducing the budget from $47 billion to $27 billion. NIH's 27 institutes and centers would be consolidated into just 8. Some institutes are being eliminated altogether. This includes the National Institutes on Minority Health and Health Disparities. The real-world impacts of aggressively and indiscriminately restructuring NIH, eviscerating its annual budget, and eliminating critical research are absolutely devastating. Unfortunately, it has become a trend for this administration to attack science and public health. And they're not just targeting attacks on our efforts to tackle health disparities. They're attacks on basic science that impacts all of us. In my district, a UC Davis study on factors that influence the development of dementia was cut by NIH. Why? Because it focused on a diverse population. A pediatric cancer study focused on precision oncology was terminated because it focused on reducing cancer disparities in Hispanic and Black children. Again, this isn't about DEI. These projects are seeking answers about some of our most pressing health issues and focus on the populations that are actually the most vulnerable. Examining health outcomes in different racial, ethnic, or gender groups to optimize every patient's health isn't a liberal scam. It's just good science. But these terminated grants are just the beginning. If the administration is successful, the threats of these cuts are injecting uncertainty into the research ecosystem. The United States has long been at the forefront of scientific innovation and research. This administration's actions are jeopardizing our leadership. We're losing a whole generation of scientists because of the uncertainty around NIH funding. Grad schools are rescinding offers and telling current students they don't have the funding to sustain them. In fact, my own granddaughter, who was looking forward to starting a PhD program this fall, has had her future plans impacted by the administration's chaos. And as the administration dismantles our global leadership in science, other countries, both friend and foe, are waiting to fill the vacuum created. We are at risk of brain drain with all our talented, bright minds leaving the United States and seeking education and opportunity abroad in countries that still prioritize and protect science. So while I support this bill, I think if my Republican colleagues are supportive of the research goals of this bill or really research on any of the issues they care about, they should be speaking up about the extreme attacks of the administration on the NIH and science more broadly. My amendment would provide real accountability on the impacts of these attacks. And with that, I urge my colleagues to support my amendment, and I yield back the balance of my time.